And we're live.
I can't see the bullet. I only mention that because Kyle can somehow. Like, I don't know. You could shoot a steel target, which doesn't really leave a mark. There's already, if you've never shot a steel target, audience, then it's obviously a piece of metal. And there's already like 130 little dots on it. So you don't shoot it and see your new dot. It's just lost in the noise. And Kyle adjusted my scope for me. And he's like, yeah, I just shoot with my eyes open. Look where the bullet, like, see the bullet fly through the air at whatever, Mach 1, and then adjust the scope accordingly. I can't see bullets fly in the air.
How did you learn to do that, Kyle?
You just don't blink.
And you can actually see, you can see the bullet?
You can see it depends on the bullet in question, right? So like a 30 caliber rifle bullet, not so much. You can see the vapor trail. Mm-hmm. But with like subsonic stuff, especially like 22 stuff, and it really, if you've got the sun behind you, so it kind of shines off the back of the bullet, yeah, you can see those bullets.
How far away do you have to shoot before you can see it?
We weren't far.
It depends. It depends on what you're shooting. But like to get like for me to see the vapor trail, it kind of needs to be far. But
we were like 25 yards from the target.
Yeah, if it's
pretty close.
If it's something smaller, like especially if it's 22, you can definitely see them. And it depends on the weather too.
There's no way I can see a bullet.
Yeah,
there's no way.
You're almost certainly going to see the vapor trail and not like the actual bullet. And outside of certain subsonic situations and obviously tracers. And then I've seen them from like longer ranges.
Yeah, I can see
if I've got the sun behind me. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, even at short distances, I felt like I saw tracers. You know. Yeah, you see it.
Yeah, and it depends on the tracer because like the 5.56 tracer doesn't light up until like pretty far out. It's lame. But like pistol tracer, like 9mm and 45 and 22 lights up right out of the barrel. So you've got like a Star Wars ray gun.
I shot a saw that had tracer ammo in it at a car, and that was really neat. You could use the tracers to adjust your aim.
Mm-hmm. Which I guess is the idea, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it works great.
And your dad taught you all that, or were there other people in your life that were?
Oh, most of my dad that I learned to shoot from. Because and most of what we did was rifles, like bolt rifles and shotguns.
Kyle told me this, that I'm going to retell Kyle's story, but his father told him that he needs to be good at adjusting scopes because it's a rare talent, and now everyone needs you to do it for him, and it's a good place to be. And it was like. There's some fucking mental jujitsu happening here.
That's not good. That's like having a truck when people are moving.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. But it's
okay. I guess it depends on who's asking, you know, whether you want to twist the knife at all. Like, yeah, sure, I can adjust your scope for you, but I have to move. So we'll call it even.
Yeah.
Well, you'd want to adjust your own scope, right? Because otherwise, next time they're not near you or an expert, they won't know what the fuck to do. You just go back.
I mean, if you've got your scope on correctly with good mounts and stuff like that, you've really got to fuck up to get it off. Like you got to bang your rifle pretty hard, or like changing bullets or changing scopes. As long as you're like leaving everything the way it is, it'll kind of stay set for years and years.
Especially if you're like me and the guns rarely leave the safe anymore.
Yeah.
I own a gun I've never fired, just a 12-gauge shotgun because. I
own a couple that I've never fired. I inherited them.
Really?
And I just haven't taken them to a range or anything.
So do you have no interest in shooting in BlameTruth?
I bought this shotgun because A, it's America and I can. B, it's for home. Like it's cliche, but it's for like home defense. Like I've fired guns before, so I only plan to use it if I have to.
What stock is on it? Is it a full one you put on your shoulder or like a little?
It's a full one, yeah. I can't remember I think it's like an off-brand kind of like Mossberg-esque 12-gauge. It's been in my closet for years, but yeah, it's just
I have one of each. I think I saw a Richard Ryan video where he threw something in the air, had a shotgun in one hand with a pistol grip, and shot something in very slow motion. And he looked like such an action figure hero. I was like, well, now I need one of those.
They look cool. I mean,
I went to a pawn shop and there was one that it was in a bit of disrepair. It was like sticky and gummed up. Having lived under the bar for like bad people, I guess.
Yeah.
And there was like an endless amount of Jack Daniels and shit spilled in it and on it. So I cleaned it up and fired it, and it seems super reliable, and the action is good now. It's not hard to clean. The shotgun, and it's like, I got a inexpensive shotgun with a little history, which I think is.
I was gonna say the history part is one of the coolest things. Like, it's a fucking rough bar, like,
right,
like defense mechanism in a way, and all that Jack Daniels and shit. That'd be fucking cool. I kind of like that over a new one, honestly.
I think so too. Yeah, I got it at a pawn shop.
Yeah, pawn shops around here, you can get so many good deals. In North Carolina, so like so many good deals on guns. I got this one from a friend, and it was just like, I think I had a what was it? I can't remember what it was, but it was really old. It was some inherited shotgun, and I'm like, I want to get something a little bit newer that's more trustworthy, and I just got this from a buddy of mine, and it's just sitting in the closet. But
I have a double barrel shotgun, and it seems like they're worse in every way, but cooler.
They're fucking cool, yeah.
Yeah, and I can see why they're so popular in like television and movies, and
it's just that flip, and then like
it's reliable,
the way that it breaks open.
Yeah. It's so fucking and then you can fire one or two barrels.
And you can fire two at once.
On some of them you can. They got like hammers that you cock in the back. You can give them both barrels.
I don't have much experience with mine, but I don't think it works like that.
It doesn't.
I think there's like a trigger or like a lever that chooses which one it activates.
Yeah, and it's always the same one first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But have you seen mine? It sounds like you know it better than me.
I'm just guessing the type that you have, that you don't have some sort of old Wild West style with the hammers and the double triggers.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I got it from my father-in-law, and I like that history about it too. I liked it.
Yeah, that's one thing my mom does hoard that's good. It's guns. So
they're in there.
They're in there somewhere.
They were in the safe where that's been stolen, lost. But
no, I think she's got a separate like gun safe. I'm not sure how many she has. I'd say probably a dozen. Last I counted, roughly.
I got a survival gun that's like double barrel, and one barrel is a shotgun, and the other's a 22.
Interesting.
Yep. I've seen those. Yeah,
you've seen it. Okay.
The Russians used something very similar for their in their Soyuz capsules when they would come back from space, because sometimes those things would go off course and they would land in Siberia or something. So they needed this like thing that would do several different things, so they could defend themselves from a bear, but also like maybe shoot a squirrel.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
that's very cool.
Yeah. Well, if I'm ever in a space capsule, I can bring my own gun. Thank you.
No, that's really awesome though. I'll have to see what my mom has next time I'm on here. I'll take some more pictures of the hoarding as well. But I want to say she's got a double barrel. I want to say she's got several rifles. I'd have to look, but yeah, she's got a pretty extensive little collection. I think a lot of them were heirlooms as well, like things passed down. So these might be really fucking old, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of those rifles that have like different, like two different caliber barrels on them. The one that I always wanted as a kid was called the Contender, and it's they always had it like at the gun shop, and it was this like pistol that had like, I don't even know how many different calibers it could be, but it was a bunch. Like it was bunches of different barrels you could put on this pistol, and then they had like all the bullets the different calibers that could be listed on it. It was always fascinating to me. It was like, yeah, you just need the one gun and you got them all. But of course, it was just a real weird, unique piece of junk. I don't know.
I like the cowboy guns, and I like totally into it. Taylor and I should play Cowboys and Indians, because I would be all about the lever action and the Western pistol and the chaps and fucking a horse.
Yep. Fucking horses. Totally up your alley. I'll be the bow guy. I will get absolutely dominated.
I was gonna say,
as we saw.
I have set myself up for success. Can we be teammates? Maybe we just be teammates.
Do you think that was like a funny realization?
Who's the enemy?
Like showing up at like
be unarmed.
You show up at like Plymouth Rock. And
look, it's the Irish.
We'll just go
they
to
still have
St. Louis.
bows and arrows. We're gonna win so hard. Like the Spanish conquistadors, they probably thought the same thing when they landed, and they're like, this Mayan Empire, they've got rocks strung to sticks. They're fucked. We have armor, and we're armed conquistadors.
They literally thought that the conquistadors on horses were one thing. They thought that was a giant four-legged man wearing armor.
What a bunch of dumbasses. They should have seen when he got off. You know what I mean? Like, clearly.
I guess they didn't see him get off.
You guys should do the Halloween thing, like Woody's the cowboy and Taylor's the Indian, although I don't know.
I got my costume already. I was COVID concerned, sometimes it's a month to show up. So
fair enough.
I do. We do cowboys and Indians, but I show up in brown face with a dot.
And Woody shows up as a football player. Oh, this is great.
I was gonna say I don't know the ramifications of you wearing like the Native American headdress, but you just took it a step further. So there you go. Just
even
further than that.
yeah.